Yep, you've seen that right. We're talking about Playboi Carti, and this could either be the best news or the worst news. So today we're talking about, obviously, he had that Lotto feature, but also the Weeknd's new album and how those two things are connected. So let's jump straight into this. If you want to stay up to date with everything surrounding hip-hop, make sure to subscribe and also become a part of this community by joining our Discord server in the description. Real quick, if you don't want to listen to this, make sure to skip 10 seconds into the future, but you can now sign up for my free newsletter with the first link in the description. It comes every Sunday and recaps everything that's been happening in hip-hop over the past week, so make sure to do that. So we can scratch another 3 Fridays off of our Music 2025 list of the Fridays that Carti didn't drop. It's now February and we still don't have the record, so it wasn't even the case of him asking fans whether he should drop still last year or in January, because it's not here. Obviously, not all hope is left, but it's not looking too good. So in the meantime, quick recap over what Carti has done before we get into, kind of the news and what that insinuates with also the Weeknd. We did get a couple of fit pics again on the main account, which is just like, at least he's using the main account and not just Opium. But obviously Opium is where it got more interesting, because he posted a couple of pictures with Lotto and kind of praised her for it. And we were kind of thinking about, obviously that the two of them would have a collab coming out. He did also say in the caption, humble like a motherfucker, but this year mine. So at least he's acknowledging that the year changed. At least that is something, because we didn't know that so far. And obviously they also then went into this collab, Blixum. It dropped. You can listen to it. It's actually pretty good. It's a pretty good song. You can't deny it. I think the Carti feature really does well on that song, and I think a lot of people just tuned in for Carti, obviously, even though it's kind of also a good Lotto song. It's just a song that she could have dropped herself and it would have been good. Obviously the Atlanta connection on there as well. I liked that. Their aesthetics matched a lot in this video. I liked it. It's a good song, and obviously Carti's verse people were looking for. It's nothing too crazy, but honestly, it's just a good feature, if we can just say it like that. He didn't say 2025 music or anything like it though, so it's not like we got some great revelation from that. But the more interesting thing happened when he started reposting some reactions to Opium. So we know that he did this in the past as well. He posts people reacting to his songs. He did this for the Play This, that Rihanna cover track song. He also now did it for Blixum with Lotto, so that was actually more interesting than the song itself if we're just looking at the Carti timeline, because he did repost Ziaz and Bilou, and in the caption of their reaction to it, which is also pretty funny because they also kind of make fun of this thing not dropping in 2024, he did say in the caption for this though, trim every time, my album can't have a miss, nah, for real. So he's talking about an album. So we know now that he knows that the year changed and that he should drop an album. So we're one step closer. But it's really funny. He said trim every time. So trim, we know that that's kind of what he's going for. We also have Really I'm Trim, that song, that snippet with Future that could end up on the record. We really don't know. But he's saying that his album can't have a miss. The question is just, what album? Where's the album? That's obviously what the people in the comments then also said. So he's referencing it. It's nowhere to be found though. He also reposted a reaction from Dante, which also he then captioned with airtime. So just kind of like the same thing again, and people just say drop the album please. Dante commented himself, so we also don't have any news from that. Now let's get into the really interesting news, because as you might know, the Weeknd dropped his new album Hurry Up Tomorrow just yesterday on January 31st. So far it sounds amazing. I need to listen to it a couple more times before obviously having a well-formed opinion or review on this, but I've been really excited for this, and I'm really happy that we're finally here. He changed the cover spontaneously, but we're not here to talk about the Weeknd, even though most recently the Weeknd and Playboi Carti collabed on a merch collab for Hurry Up Tomorrow, the Weeknd's new record, with this, EXO Opium collab, which was just like a bonus thing, and they also had the deluxe tracks on there, obviously, which I think are still getting shipped out, because at the point that I'm recording this, like a day early, it hasn't really shipped out like that. So I guess we can still expect some great songs to come from there if they're out by the time you're watching. Let me know in the comments what you think about the deluxe tracks from the Opium and EXO collab if you've purchased that digital deluxe thing. But the more interesting thing is that the Weeknd also announced a new tour, and this is a world stadium tour that he's going on. And the problem, if I can say this, or maybe it's also good, is that it's with Playboi Carti. It's the Weeknd After Hours Till Dawn Tour, Stadium Tour 2025, special guest Mike Dean with Playboi Carti. And if you take a look at the tour dates, they're really small at the bottom, so you can also go to the website to check them out. You can see that this tour runs from May 9th, starting in Phoenix, all the way through September 3rd to San Antonio. And so this means that, from May till September, which is the summer, Carti will be on tour, which is obviously great, but we would also want an album this year. And I doubt that he's dropping the record while being on tour with The Weeknd. Now, if you're a loyal viewer of my channel and a loyal subscriber, you know we've been talking about Playboi Carti dropping in March because we have this date with the shipment of the merch and the vinyls where it says that it can ship no later than 6 months from September 12th, 2024. That's kind of legally binding because people need their merch. If they purchase it, there's some sort of contract being made between the buyer and the people selling it, in this case Carti. So we have March 13th as the last possible release date. If we take a look in the calendar, this is actually a good possibility for him to drop because March 14th is a Friday, and that is also the Friday before Rolling Loud California, which is happening from the 14th through the 16th. And we know that Rolling Loud is pretty special and pretty important to Playboi Carti and vice versa. So this right now is really the only hope that we have left. I know that I would have also wished to tell you some better news, but at least if he's going on tour, maybe he'll drop the record before so that he can perform this on tour. Or the tour really means that this is just another reason again why it's getting delayed. I can honestly not tell you which option I'm more convinced of. If this wasn't Carti, we would all be like, oh yeah, obviously he wants to take the opportunity to go on tour with The Weeknd and tour stadiums, one of the biggest stages over the summer that you could have. And then you perform your own album. That's the biggest stage you could have for your own record, but it's Carti. We know that he doesn't work like that. We know that he doesn't work logically or taking, opportunities when they come. He just doesn't do shit. So, we're kind of left with the hope that maybe it drops in March. Maybe everything gets refunded and we still don't hear from it. And Rolling Loud just goes by and he plays like another snippet. And we just are excited for a day and then nothing ever comes. But he's going on tour with The Weeknd. Let me know if you're going to one of the shows. In general, let me know what you think about the recent developments with Carti. What you think about Blixum. I think it's a great track, man. I can listen to that a lot. And what do you think about that shipping date theory that we've been talking about mostly? Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments down below.
If you watched this video to the end and liked it, and you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, hit that like button, and go follow my social media, and most importantly, join my Discord in the description. Until the next one, you'll have an incredible day, and you'll take care.